This puppy. Alrighty, again, so Google Leads. Just to give you guys a quick background, even on myself and how I started doing, a lot of this is I actually started in Google Leads, pay per click. I was a specialist at a big marketing company, and we worked for car dealers. A very similar industry I've been learning in the past, 6 years, to be honest. Like car industry and the real estate industry, the way the funnel works, the way you should manage databases, they're very, very similar. But while I was there, I learned Google's a lot different. It's not like social media where you're basically shoving your face in front of people. And it's not a bad thing if you have the right strategy for it. But think in social media, whenever you're running an ad, you're kind of targeting people's behavior, their interest, like you're just getting right in front of their face. Now, Google, aren't you searching for maybe my services in that moment? Homes for sale near me. Like I'm actually searching for you and you're showing up. Whereas social media, you're kind of just getting in front of people's face, which is why the leads can come dime a dozen. I mean, they're very cheap leads. Same with Google over here. I can show you a way. I mean, you can get away with spending $61 a month, getting 8 to 15 good quality leads, and I'm having people get their return on this. So does that type one, if that makes sense, and type two, if you're a little confused, just like the difference in marketing alone, social media, you're getting in front of their face. Google, you're waiting for them to search you. So we got to be specific on our keywords. So we're showing up for the right thing. We got to make sure the ad is relevant. For example, if I typed in homes for sale near me, let's just do homes for sale near me. Now, what if I was like, man, I want to have an ad that has how much equity in your home? Well, I'm looking for homes for sale near me. Why are you going to waste your time and make an ad that says, find out how much equity's in your home? You need to go after different keywords. You need to go after people that are typing something like this. How much is my home worth? So we're going to barely touch. I'm not going to get too deep into Google. That's the fun thing about today. We're going to do a smart campaign. Trust me, Google is very, very advanced whenever you want to build out a full-on campaign. They have these cool things called smart campaigns. Like I said, I'm running these in 20 different states, getting 8 to 15 leads a month. I got greeting campaigns for those people, and my agents have been closing on them. So let me go into a Google ad account. This is what we're going to be building today. And let me just show you a quick example of an agent who's running this in Louisiana. Okay, let's say in the last 30 days, because remember, I'm showing you guys a way you can actually spend around $61 a month. And maybe you could do $1.50 a day and get away with doing like 45 a month. But me personally, I like to spend that minimum 61 because you're still going to be competitive for specific keywords. All right. You guys are going to learn impressions and clicks. Big difference with Google ads. Impressions is how many times someone saw you. Remember me doing this? Well, I saw all of these, but I didn't click any of these. You're going to learn Google pay per click. They call it pay per click. It is what it says it is. When you only pay when someone actually is going to click on these ads. So coming back over here in the last 30 days, you can see this agent had 110 clicks coming from her campaign. And I'm not going to get too deep into this. You can kind of see where they're coming from: Google search, YouTube, Gmail, etc. But understand this. Google isn't just about generating leads. I mean, this is branding right here. Right? The 609 times you're seen here, the demographics, etc. I mean, you're still being seen, but you're only paying when someone actually clicks on your ad. So it never hurts to definitely start learning something like this. So going back over here, let me go to the campaign. When I scroll down, this is what we're going to understand. Keywords. What are the people searching? These are her keywords. Now, they can be searching a lot of different things. These are more so like categories. I know it says keywords, but guys, maybe in your mind, it'll be easier. Just think of these as categories. A lot of things can fall under this. And what I mean by that, watch your search terms report. Let's say last 30 days, the time frame. Remember, you only pay when someone clicks your ad. So what you're seeing right here, these are all her clicks. But on the left, This is the actual search that people are putting into Google, like I did right here for how much is my home worth. So coming back over here, she's wanting to show up for all of this, and I guarantee you guys would be too. But you also have to understand, I'm going to show you, there's certain things like keywords that you use, and also negative keywords, like maybe adding to her keyword list cheap and rent. Because I don't want to show up for certain things like that. So what I'm going to be teaching y'all, if you set this up and you get it to run how you like, and it runs effectively, and over the course of 3 to 6 months, you kind of get some negative keywords, you don't want to show up for that. These campaigns literally run themselves. You could check on it maybe every other month. You don't need to be checking on it much, especially if it's producing leads that you like that are quality. So a little background, that's just like how they're searching the keywords that we're going to be setting in. This is the ad copy. So again, what are you seeing? The ads over here. When I go back into Google, here's the ad. So we'll have the copyright and everything you guys will have right here. You can copy and paste when you make yours. Now, where are you targeting? The geo. So we got to target a radius. We'll get into that as well. And then the budget. It's going to tell you you should be spending more because your competitors are. Ignore that crap. They're trying to get you to spend more money when you really don't need to. I'm actually using this successfully. So don't sit here and tell me I have to spend more money if I really don't, or if I really don't need more leads, to be honest. All right. So go into kvCORE now. So those leads that Brandy's getting, those 110 clicks, where are those 110 clicks going? Let me show you real quick. We're going to build a squeeze page today. All of those people are going right here. Now, majority are on a mobile phone as well. Shows up very good on a mobile device. What you're going to learn, though, this is how people are signing up. Everyone I'm about to show you in our database that is signed up, this is what they're doing. They're starting right here, and then they kind of see what they want. It's showing all the just listed first, all kinds of different price ranges. Okay, maybe I start here. Now, they have to look at one property. They can do whatever they want, check out the pictures, et cetera, et cetera. Then let's say they look at another similar property. Boom. Everyone I'm about to show you in the kvCORE, this is how they signed up right here. Simple squeeze page. Now, hopping into kvCORE. I'm going to go into Brandy's Smart CRM. I have a save filter. I've gone over save filters in the past, guys. If you don't know what those are, hopefully I'll have some more content on the YouTube channel that I'll link at the end of this. But this is a save filter, Google Leads. When I click on it, again, every person you're about to see in front of you, they all went through that process that I just showed you. They saw the ad on Google, or maybe the thousands of different apps or partner websites that Google's with. It's not just Google search. You can be showing up on weather apps. You can be showing up on thousands of different websites that are partnered with Google. It's not just this right in front of you. So everyone that you see here, they did exactly that same sign up though. They clicked on one property, but then they clicked on another, and then they signed up. See, I don't want you to sign up immediately. I really want you to kind of look around my website, more of a quality lead. So I'm going to tell you, I don't want you all to get lost right here, but I'm a big database person. All right. I'm going to take a pause in this too. Has anyone, the ones who have been to my workshops, you've heard me talk about definitions of a lead, right? Say yay or nay. If you've ever been to any of these, have you ever heard me say defining your database? You need to know who people are so you know how to work them. Gracie, so you're a little familiar with it, right? Like it's, and to let others know who are like, what the hell is he talking about? Really quick, you should have got this just from signing up from the webinar, but if you don't have it, you can let me know in Zoom chat. This is a simple infographic. It's not my way or the highway. It's just me giving you guys kind of just going to give you a little push, because you got to define your database. Who's who, so you can put the right campaigns on people, so you can follow up with them, so you can leverage kvCORE so they follow up with them. I mean, everyone wants stuff automated, but you got to learn to categorize people before they're automated correctly. And how do you categorize someone if you don't have a definition? So type 1 if that made sense. Nice, good job, Gracie. Type 1 though, if you've never heard of that, like let me know if that's pretty much the idea of that. You don't need to get in depth, just the idea. Awesome, Mary. So I'm going to go back into Brandy's kvCORE. Now, these might be making a little sense to you. These filters, these aren't random filters I got here. I have a reason for these filters. I have strategies on how I use them. So if an active lead 3-star is the relationship building phase, you might have a little bit of the story, maybe a lot of the story. It's not in the bag yet. You know, you need to keep following up and you just want to see where it goes. You know, they might be looking to buy in 30 days. They might be looking to buy in 3 years. You need to start bucketing these people who you follow up with, because I guarantee everyone here probably has maybe a few or maybe a lot of people who fall into that category. Now, when I go back to kvCORE, I'm actually in her Google leads, but I'm going to take it a step further. I want her active lead 3-star Google leads. And why is that? This isn't planned. I'm just saying I'm going to go through these leads, and I bet these are all going to be some pretty good leads because she's telling herself this is who those leads are. I'm building a relationship with all of them. I have communicated. I know some of the story, maybe a lot, maybe a little, but I got to see where this goes. I need to keep following up with my actual time. I can't just throw them into the junkyard here and let kvCORE work them. I need to build this actual relationship. So let's just click on a random lead. This first one right here. They came in a month ago on Google. Again, you got to have greeting campaigns. I have on YouTube how to build kind of your first greeting campaign. You got to have something. It's what it kind of sounds like. It's a greeting campaign. You're trying to find out who these people are. Think they're coming from Google. They're signing up on her website. You don't have time to be calling every single lead. Trust me, it's going to add up. You got to have a system like this where the whole point of a greeting campaign is to get the person to respond. I don't care if it's realtor.com, social media, Google, YouTube, wherever the lead's coming from. If you have not spoken to that person yet, you need to have some form of a text and email campaign that goes out until the lead responds. Check this out. This will make sense on the infographic. A new lead. They start out as a new lead you never spoken to, always on a greeting campaign. Now, you'll learn in kvCORE when people respond to you from the campaign, they're going to become an active lead automatically, and that's going to shut the campaign off because it's the greeting campaign. The whole objective is to get a response, and then it's up to you to take it from there and figure out how you're going to categorize the lead based on what you find out. So don't sit here calling every lead. You guys need to work the leads who respond to you. Work responsive leads. All right. Here's our greeting campaign. You can see, look at how many properties she came in. When she signed up on Brandy's website, remember? She hit the continue with Google or with Facebook, and then she came right back into the website and she checked out 30 more properties. At minimum, guys, this is like she was probably on the website for 40 to 45 minutes, and that's minimum. I bet it was maybe over an hour to be looking at that many properties. So they came in. And guess what? It triggered her BB new leads. Just to let everybody know, that's her greeting campaign. Anyone who signs up on her website like these Google leads, automatically this triggers. 10 minutes later, this went out. Hi is this first name. Now, the lead didn't respond. Not everybody responds day one. You got to set up a greeting campaign. Mine goes out infinitely. It goes out forever. It keeps repeating and repeating until you respond. So day 2, since I didn't get a response yet, look what automatically went out. Hey, first name, I wanted to make sure to send you some similar properties. Is this a good email for you? You can do merge codes, okay? And you can pull their email to say their email every single time. Now, let's see so day 5 is when I got my response. December 26th is when she finally responded at 6:01 p.m. But remember, she came in on December 21st and checked out 32 properties. Let's see what she said. So in my message, I love saying this, whether they respond to me at first or if they haven't yet. If you're saying, hey, are you actively looking or just browsing? It's one of the best pitchfork questions out there. It's a yes and yes or no and no question. You always feel like you got to explain a little bit more. And look, like, did I ask for this right here? I just wanted to know if you were just browsing. But they had to tell me they're waiting on their pre-approval. You can see Brandy started talking. Do you have a lender? We're trying to get pre-approved. Yeah, he's working on I'm praying I get pre-approved. Brandy turns the lead into an active lead 3-star because she's telling herself, I want to build a relationship with this lead and see where it goes. Let's look at another lead. I'm going to hit next. Cheryl, let's look at this person. Okay, they came back in December. They just looked at 2 properties. Okay, so they didn't look at 30 like the other person. Hi is this. Now, they responded to the first text. She just said, okay, who is this? And then, who is this? I was on the website. Can you please call me? This automatically goes out, your name with your brokerage. If anybody says, who is this? There's built-in keywords where this will come out. So this automatically went out. Brandy just started taking over. She actually didn't have to do much with this lead. Just looking, not yet. I can send some other listings. Yes, all over 150. Brandy changed it to a 3-star back on the 14th. She's been following up. You can see she's still texting, communicating with the person. So do you guys kind of see why if I even get out of this and I clear that filter from the Google active lead 3-stars, look at her lead flow overall whenever we take a step back. Because you have to define your database and come up with systems like this, because how are you going to keep up with these different lead flows? Here's the Google, but these are the new leads. They haven't responded to me yet. Check out this lead. This is an organic person. They just came from my SEO. I didn't pay a dime for that lead. Here's another Google lead. They're still a new lead. They haven't responded yet. Here's some Facebook leads that are coming for some retargeting that she's doing. Here's some user Zapier from some lead forms that she's doing. You guys get what I say by lead flow? Manual ads, referrals. She's got a lot of stuff going on. And if you don't start doing something like this, I'm telling you, it's going to get out of hand really quick. All right. Does the idea of that make sense before we build out a Google ad account? Yay or nay? Let me know. And don't be shy to ask any questions. Perfect. So it's going to be simple. We're going to build this Google ad account. Now, I'm not also handing out the greeting campaign, but like I said on YouTube, I'll even show you, I kind of give it right there if you want to build one yourself. But we're going to make Google ad account. Those Google leads are going to come into kvCORE through a squeeze page. And I'm going to show you guys how I set it up properly, where you have a hashtag similar to that. You got kind of your source showing up properly. But if you do go ahead and make one of these and you get it rocking and people are clicking and coming, you just got to make sure you have a greeting campaign, texts and emails that are going out. You know what I mean? All righty. So making your first Google ad account is very simple, guys. Don't be intimidated at all. All right. So I'm going to just type in Google ad account. Now be careful if you're in like Bing or something or Yahoo, like you be in Google because you might get different links that show up. Just click any of the top ones, anything that says ads.google.com. That's what you're really looking for. All right. I'm going to hit sign in. Don't hit start now. Hit sign in. Now, this right here, you guys, if you're first time coming to this, you won't have any of these like accounts that are showing up in front of you. Completely ignore it. It's probably going to say start a new account, or it's going to say new Google Ads account, one or the other. So I'm just going to say new Google Ads account. And before you start this, be mindful. If you're a Gmail person, if you have multiple Gmails, be in the Gmail that you probably use the most or something. Like, don't use like maybe your eXp Realty email, because that's an alias. You want to use your actual, like one of your actual Gmails for this. This is your account. All right, new Google Ads account. Now we're doing a smart campaign. So this is, it's really simple to set this up. It's not going to be much and it is effective. All right. So I want to get more website signups. Now, if you have a Google My Business, you can sync it right here. But for today's purposes, I'm not going to do that. And I think we might have a few things on Google My Business. I'll have to double check. All right. But no, I don't. No, I don't use this info. Next. Your business name. People will not see this. This is more for you and your actual ad account. Don't overthink this part. I'm just going to put Brandon Burch, eXp Realty. Maybe I'll just put like my area. Okay, that's just my ad account. Next, now your website. Be super, like if there's one thing you can remember from today, if you actually set this up, do not just go in here and put this, your main website, right here. I know you think that's what you want to do, but let me just save you time and save you money. This is your squeeze page. This is what they're signing up on. Remember this right here, how I got to there and then it asked for me to sign up? That's what we need to build real quick. So check this out. Let's go into kvCORE. To build a squeeze page, lead engine, IDX squeeze page, select your website, start building. From here, you can do zip, city, county, parish, whatever, but I actually like to draw the polygon a lot. So it's around the Lafayette area, this Google ad. And just for today, I'm just kind of doing this one pretty quick, but you know, for yours, pick kind of a good surrounding area. The listing types will be single family. There we go. Now, price range, I tell everyone, don't leave these blank. All right. You don't want anything and everything showing up. You want single family. And to be honest, maybe pick like an okay average first time home buyer range. And if you don't want to deal with that, then pick like a higher range, pick like 300,000. Don't be thinking you're going to put like $1 million or 5 million in the minimum, but like, you know, be reasonable. So me personally with the Lafayette market, I might do something like 175. I'm not too big on making sure I get only $300,000 leads. So the max, I've had a $16 million lead come from San Francisco for a Tahoe agent through this exact thing that we're doing. So therefore, for this maximum, literally, I'll put 20 million every time. Okay, leaving everything else blank. But this is a big thing right here, the configuration. This is how the leads are going to come into kvCORE. Remember when I was saying lead flow, showing you Google leads, there's some lead form leads, some Facebook leads, like that's the source. Where are the leads coming from? These are going to be Google pay-per-click leads. My hashtag is simple. It's the campaign. Updated homes list. That's what the campaign is. And I also put the little number 2 next to it. And that's going to make sense in a second because what I'm telling myself is this is the Google campaign and this is the generating part, when they have to sign up. So you could think immediate. I've done immediate before, but you know what? Since running Google, I love doing default too, because I showed you an example of one of those leads in her kvCORE. Remember that first one checked out 30 properties? I could keep going. I'm telling you, there's going to be more people just like that. So me personally, I would do default 2 for my lead capture part. And remember, we did it right here. This will pop up. So that's what we're building right now. This is the lead capture. We'll hop back in over here to our kvCORE. And everything else looks good. Got my single family, got my polygon, default 2, got my price, got my source, hashtag. I'm going to generate this link. Take the short link, take the bottom link. Now go back to your Google ad and put that puppy right there. Okay. Next. This is just scanning your website. It'll just show you kind of what it looks like, mobile, desktop. So not much, just shows it. You can hit next. All right. Now this is where this puppy is going to come in handy. And we're going to put the link out in Zoom chat at the end of this so you guys can have access to it. But again, there's a lot of different ads you can run in Google. I'm just showing you guys an updated homes list. I run this in 20 different states. It works everywhere. Yes, there's other things you can do and other ad variations, but just for today's purposes, to get your feet wet, this is just a great starter ad for you if you were to be doing Google for the first time on your own. Okay, so the free list of homes, headline 1. Go ahead and copy that. Go back over to my Google ad and headline 1. Let me go back over here to my sheet. Headline 2. And come back, headline 3. Cool. Look at me. I'm building an ad, guys. Get full access so you're on updated. Yep. Description 1. Okay. Copy, paste. And we'll come back over here. Select description 2. We got to have the call your name. Make sure you got your call to action in there. There we go. Now, once you've done this, obviously double check yourself. I mean, like me, for example, like I know the squeeze page is Lafayette, but everybody go with me. Like I'm in New Orleans, so obviously I would change this. And if my name ain't David Winger, obviously I'm going to change this. And if this ain't my brokerage, I'm going to change it. Y'all catching my drift right now? So there might be a few things you need to make sure you change. Don't just copy and paste and think it's turnkey. All right. And then get into the description, fix this as well. And I'll put my name right here. Beautiful. Now show a call button in your ad. This should be already checked for you. And just put your phone number. If you have a kvCORE smart number, not an office number, the smart number is something you actually pay extra. It's like 27, 29 bucks a month. And I always recommend getting it. If you don't know how to use it, maybe don't get it yet, but trust me, down the road, you're going to want something like a smart number, some type of tracks your calls. It's phenomenal when you use it with strategy, but if you don't have it, just put your cell phone number here for now. Now I'm going to hit next. Here's the keyword part. Now, on our template right here, we've got some of the keywords that you guys can use. I personally would maybe, I would, use this at your own discretion. Like I'm going to show you some that you can use, but you can also come back here and I'll put a bunch of examples. These are like joining EXP. I'm going to switch these around to the buying homes. So once we give you guys access to it, you should see the new ones. So give me 1 second. Adding keywords. So real estate agents, I can use that. I'm going to get rid of broker. We'll use buyer's agent, get rid of commercial real estate. So one of the first things I'll do is real estate listings. And I need everybody to remember, this is like a category, these keywords. You're only picking a maximum of 10. You don't pick any more or else it's not going to do it as efficiently as it would. They always recommend picking around 8 to 10 keywords, nothing more. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pick around 8 to 10 buying type keywords. So maybe homes for sale. So by me putting homes for sale, that works for houses for sale. That works for homes for sale near me. All those different search terms, remember, that we went at the beginning of this? Don't worry, it's all going to show up under stuff like that. Okay, properties for sale. I'm going to put realtor. And I'll put first-time home buyer too if I want to deal with those types. I mean, I'll put 175, I think, in there. So there's some first-time home buyers. So I got 3, 6. I got 7 keywords. Let's see. Trying to think here. I put real estate agency too for the broke. So they just look for one. Good. So 3, 6. So there's 8 keywords right here. And you guys can play around getting your keyword theme. But like I said, don't do something like this. So look, sell my home fast, sell my home myself. All of these have strategies and I have seller campaigns that I do, but think the ad's going to be different. Do you guys remember that? If I'm typing sell my home and the ad showing up says an updated homes list, do you really think I'm going to click that? Type 1 if you think I'm going to click that. Type 2 if you think I'm probably not. Because I'm looking for something that's going to sell my home, not an updated homes list. Let me know. I want you to answer this to me. Type 1 if that makes sense. Type 1 if that makes sense why you don't want to do sell my home. And type 2 if you're a little confused, because I really want to be serious on this point. Don't waste your keywords and your searches on stuff that isn't even going to work. No one's going to click it. So just be mindful of that. Okay, let's go back to our ad though. Let me get rid of sell my home. And I'm going to update this, guys. When we share it with you, I'm going to change these around, these keyword examples, to a lot of the ones I use for buyers. So just come back here, probably pick 8 to 10 that you like, and that's what I would go with. Okay, I got at least my 8, so I'm going to hit next. All right. Different ways you can do this. Me personally, I usually do a radius and I find where I want to do it. You know, if I was to do Lafayette, let's say, I never go more than really like 25 would be tops, guys. And that's kind of even high. You want to keep this in a 15 to 20 mile range if you're going to do the radius. And I actually like to do the radius. But if you want to get a little specific, you can do zip codes, you can do city, you can do state, parish, county, etc. But be mindful. If I was to do, I don't know, like let's just say I picked that. Like if you were to say, oh, I'm just going to farm one zip code and only that zip code, well, you have to wait until someone searches you. This isn't social media. It's not Facebook and Instagram and all those other platforms where you can just get in front of people. You got to wait on these people to search for you. So don't limit yourself and think you're just going to like super targeted this tiny little spot for an ad or campaign like I'm showing you right now. You want to get a good little radius, like I said, 15 to 20 miles. Or if you do a zip code, pick like 4 to 5 zip codes, get a good little population in there. Because again, you guys have to wait for people to search. And then you're going to show up and then you pay when they click. All right, let's go back over here. I'm going to do Lafayette 20. Next. Now, again, it's going to try to tell you to spend more. It's going to say your competitors are spending more. It's going to say you're not even going to get anything if you spend that. Well, I just showed you we get plenty. Okay. So you're going to enter your own budget. $2 will come out to be $61 a month. You do not need to worry. It's never going to spend more than that. It's probably never going to spend less than that unless you got something messed up in your ad. I just found this out actually earlier this week, but you can get away with getting some okay leads even for $46. But I would not go cheaper than this because keywords are expensive. You know what I mean? Like with Zillow and Trulia, all those keywords that they're bidding on that people are searching, they're expensive for those clicks. So you can't just say, I'm only going to pay $1, but I did find $1.50. Hey, you can still get some pretty good leads coming through. Not 8 to 15, might get like 4 to 8 for that price. But yeah, that's just a little different thing I was showing with the budgeting. Okay, I'm going to do $2 though, $61 a month. Now it's just kind of a review of my campaign, just overlooking it. Again, I kind of went back and forth with Lafayette and the New Orleans. I was using someone else's kvCORE, but just make sure it's your market area, updated homes list. This should be the same website traffic. Here's that squeeze page that we made in kvCORE. The business name, remember, no one sees that. Guys, don't worry too much about that. Just put your name and your brokerage if you want. Now, here's our ad text, the copyright, right? What our ad's going to look like. So you can double check yourself, make sure your number's there. Where are we targeting it? So we're targeting 20 miles around Lafayette. Here's our keywords that we picked out. Make sure you got at least 8 to 10 of those. And then our budget's $2 a day, $61 a month. And then I can hit next, which is then going to ask for your card information. So this is where you would put the card information. Just pretend you did that. You put the card information in. And if you do, this is where it's now going to take you. And again, Brandy's been running hers, right? So at first, you guys aren't going to have any data. You won't see clicks. You won't see impressions. It's just going to say 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, your campaign might say active to get to your campaign that you just built. It's right here, Lafayette Homes for Sale. When I click on that, it might say active. For you guys to really know if this is working or not, obviously you need to be spending some money. So you should see some type of money spent, but it's the impressions right here. If you're not getting any impressions after maybe the first 3 to 4 days when you set this up, that means nobody's seeing your ad. It means it's not set up. Something got messed up in the process when you're setting it up. You might want to go back in and edit it. Because if no one's seeing your ad, no one's going to click on your ad. Therefore, you can't spend any money. All right. I'm going to pause